uh, like to get your input for our show here. Uh, what do you think the impact is on the prospects of uh, the legal field and the demand for attorneys? And I say that because, for instance, a lot less paper in the
Mm-hmm.
future,
Mm-hmm.
a lot fewer attorneys who are going to get contract jobs reviewing documents. Uh, a lot less people who are going to get jobs compiling them for discovery purposes. And we can go with encryption and go all the way up to artificial intelligence. And
Mm-hmm.
it
Mm-hmm.
just seems like there is a correlative sort of negative in terms of if we can rely on technology more, we don't need as many attorneys. Do you buy into that at all?
Not really. I don't. Because surprisingly enough, and I just finished a cyber law course, I would say at least 2/3 of my students in that course had been employed as externs, clerks, whatever, in law firms.
Mhm.
And almost every one of the firms that they talked about were completely paperless. Completely paperless. That didn't mean that there was less work. It meant that the documents that you would have taken home were available online through the cloud, and you still had to review them. You still had to make sure that you had all of them together, that you put them together for what was needed. We did talk about, would there be fewer jobs? The discussion led us to the belief that there's going to be more necessity in being able to be skilled in working with online documents, online materials, but not that there's going to be less work. Also, the old picture of freight cars full of bankers' boxes of documents for e-discovery, no, not so much anymore. But that doesn't mean that there isn't the need to review those documents, review that information. Yes, you can add electronic ideas and ways to do it, but you still have to have the expertise of the attorney or attorneys to focus this, put it together, and have somebody to do it. We pretty consistently, and I believe this is accurate, yes, artificial intelligence, yes, Ross. No, it's not going to replace the skill that we teach our students to bring to the practice of law. It's not going to go away. If anything, we think that it's going to open more opportunities.
Well, is there anything else that you think that we need to know that I
Well,
didn't
one of
ask
the
about?
questions that we were talking about, or one of the things that we were talking about that I thought was kind of interesting, is the future of digital technology. Where are we going in the future? And I thought that was interesting because I was thinking about that. And one of those is the Internet of Things. Now, the Internet of Things is not new,
No.
but it's going to grow. It's going to increase. And it's both good and bad.
Mm-hmm.
It's good because I like the fact that my washing machine could order detergent on its own, and I wouldn't have to worry about it. On the other hand, if my washing machine developed some kind of
Affinity for addiction to a certain
yes,
detergent, and you went
yes,
home and there
yes,
was
I might not.
stacks of it by your door.
Yes, exactly. So there's good and bad to that, and I like the idea of elements of the Internet of Things, of driverless cars. You've got virtual reality. And in fact, you're seeing devices that will work on your cell phones now for virtual reality. It's kind of cool. And conversational interfaces. The Amazon Alexa, for example, can take over your entire life if you want. So these are directions. These are things that are coming. But the other question that I had was,
Well, I guess, though, in regards to those,
mhm,
it gets back to if we can save steps, remove the middlemen in so many of
mhm.
these areas. That's ties into the concern that some people were voicing regarding attorneys. I always tell them, though, I guess there'll be lawsuits regarding
There,
the Internet of Things, and so we'll
there
just have
will.
to shift, and who's going to be responsible for the detergent or the washing machine or the
Exactly.
house and
The,
the drone and
we
on it
need,
goes.
laws are still being passed, developed, and passed to deal with drones, to deal with these things, because the law has to keep up and will keep up. And we're the ones that need to do it. So it's not going to put lawyers out of business. Look, isn't that what they said during the Industrial Revolution?
Oh yeah, they say that about everything.
I know.
You just got finished teaching cyber law. I was teaching copyrights, and of
Yes.
course, there's net neutrality in the news, and
Yes.
people are worried about access to having their programs on Amazon and Netflix, and
Exactly.
whether or not they're going to be hijacked by the internet service providers. And of
Exactly.
course, all of that is in light of some of my students' complaints about copyright was, why do we have to look at these old movies, and what is this old stuff under 1909 and 19? It's Everybody said the next thing was going to put somebody out of business, right?
Yeah.
The radio, the TV, the VCR,
Yes.
which
Yes.
the DVD, the
Yeah.
MP3, and the streaming, and so. But
And
they all are there still.
and we are they create opportunities if you look for them.
Right, right.
And so I feel like we're living in a world of opportunity.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Oh, good.
Well, I'm glad we had the
Me
opportunity to
too.
speak
Thank
today
you.
here, and we'll get back together and see where we got it right and wrong. Probably a little bit sooner than later, since things are moving so
I agree.
quickly. And
I agree.
this almost reaching our Jetson age, but not quite.
Getting there though.
Yeah,
Looking forward to
We're
it.
trying.
Thank you so much. This
Thank
has
you.
been fun. Thank you.